Okay, this is Matt Ullman, and today I'm going to throw out an idea to solve what shouldn't have been a problem, but turned into one and is really getting to be an annoyance now more than anything. Little background, when I first started looking into some making money schemes on the internet, one of the first things that I looked at, because it was something I enjoyed myself, was online gambling. I looked at it for a couple of reasons. Number one, the state that I was living in, now Washington, has a rather pathetic description of a casino, i.e., as it's mostly a card area. You can maybe find a pull tab or two, but you don't see any slot machines, which is to me one of the things that if you're going to be calling yourself a casino, it's almost a given that you're going to have at least one. So I got on Lucky Nugget, was the very first one. I played around with it. The deal was that you would join up and they would give you $10 free to play with. If you wanted to cash out, you had to put some money into it to get the money. Not a big deal. They don't want you taking out free money. So I went around, I played with it a bit. I ended up winning about 200 bucks. Not too shabby. Trick or Treat, I think, was one, and Cosmic Cat was the other one that I did really good on. But it got me to thinking, now, here I'm looking for a way to make some money. There must be some way that I can do it with online gaming. And by God, I found out that they had an affiliate program. I can't remember who with now. I used to be a member. Referback was their affiliate company. I think I've still got an account there. Anyway, so I signed on to Referback. Long story short, after finding a few other program or casinos with programs like this, I made a page called the No Deposit Casino site. These were casinos that gave you money, gave you the 10 or the 20 bucks to try it and see what you thought of their casinos. I eventually expanded it to the match deposit guide too. They all ended up being on one page ultimately, and I think the page is still around, where I put up greater than 100% match deposits. You've seen some of them around. Captain Cook's had one where you deposited 20 and you got 20 back to play with. So you got 40 bucks, but you had to bet it up like 3 times. So that 40 you had to play to $120, and then you could cash out anything above the 20 that you had. So, or anything above 20 because they didn't cash out any less. Unfortunately, and I still don't get the reasoning behind this, the government thought that people had had enough fun, and I know I'm going to get some bitching for this because I honestly have no proof, but this just seems to be this seems to be the only excuse that I can come up with, is that Las Vegas, the big casino cities, and the Indians, who make a lot of their money on running casinos on their reservations, stood up, started bitching that people weren't going out and doing the gambling and whatnot. They were staying at home. So the U.S. regulated it, and now last I checked, it's still illegal to online gamble in the U.S. It got to the point that, you can't cash out to Visas, you can't run PayPal, you can't do, even with the affiliate programs, anything that is tied in any way, shape, or form to an online casino, you can't do it. Which I think is bullshit, excuse my French, but I do. So, sitting back one time while I was doing Rendell's Ravings, I came up with an idea and I figured I'd put it on YouTube and get some more feedback on it. The idea I came up was this: there is a gaming commission that regulates the casinos. What you do is you give preferential treatment to the casinos that are already licensed, already in like Vegas and whatnot, and you say, here you go. You've been in operation for this many years. We haven't had really any type of really bad complaints about you. So we're going to give you this. We're going to give you an internet gaming license now. You can go to microgaming, or you can go to one of the one of the big online casino creators and show them this license. You can have them make you up a casino, and you can. Sorry, couldn't see my mic there, so I was wondering if it was even down. You can take this and you can run a government licensed, a government approved online casino. Now, the only problem I had with this, and you could do that too, if you had a little poker place, like we have a couple around here in East Wenatchee, then what it would be a 3-year. You'd have to go 3 years with no real honest complaints about your casino, and then you could get a poker room license, or if you had a very small mini casino, a casino license. But here's where the stickler was. I couldn't figure out what to do for the existing online casinos, because many of them didn't have ties to any real land casino. So here's what I did. I decided, okay, for those of you existing, if you have your business, if you are set up in the United States, what we're going to do is if we're going to have microgaming or whoever created your software, put in a tracker. Every month or every couple of weeks, whatever time frame you wanted to do, it'd probably be the quicker you did it, the easier it would be. We're going to take X%, of all the people who've put in and all this stuff, because an online casino does not have a lot of the bills that a normal flesh and blood casino does. They don't have wait staff, they don't have the people patrolling, they don't have to pay the dealers, they don't have to pay the cashiers and whatnot. They do have technical support that they have to pay. And of course they have to pay their affiliates who bring in other players. But take like a 5% or a 10% of whatever you make over that amount of time, and you pay that in to the gaming commission or whatever body they set up for it, so that they aren't getting a free ride, basically. Sorry, I got an itch on my back. I'd had very dry skin for a while. But now the problem is how do you go about getting an idea like this out? I don't know, honestly, who was responsible for getting the online gaming shut down. But if you did it this way, if you found a way to legalize them, which would not be hard, the one thing I could never understand is why, instead of bitching, why didn't some of these land casinos stop, look, and say, well, you know what, they may have something there. Not everybody is going to be able, even if we give them a free, one of the things I hear about on Coast to Coast is there's a casino that says that they'll give you free lodging. Well, the lodging isn't the hard part. The hard part is actually getting there. If you're in New York, you may dream about going to Las Vegas someday, but it's going to stay a dream most likely, because that is a very long and very expensive trip. So, what you do is you go and you say, okay, for those of you who would like to experience Vegas but won't get there, we're going to take some of the more popular casinos and we are going to put them online. We'll have some of the house slots that are unique to us. We'll find a way to put them on there. It'll be the same odds, and you guys can come over. You can do whatever you want, and maybe occasionally we'll have a contest. Say the person okay, for today, I'm trying to think of what one of the microgaming ones, what one of the progressive was. Fruit Slots, I think, was one. Captain Millions, I know, was one. For maybe a week, everybody who gets like above a certain amount in winnings, let's say you have to get anything above, like just the regular bar, If you get triple bars or above, you get put in for a drawing where not only will we give you the all expenses paid room and whatnot, we'll also pay for your flight out. That way you have a chance to come and see the casino that you've enjoyed playing online. Why don't people do this? I don't know. And I've already gone over my limit. But what are your thoughts on this? Post them in the comments. Give me some video feedback. Write to me. rendalsravings@yahoo.com. Rendal spelled Rendal. And let me know what you think. This is Matt Ullman, and I'm signing up for the day.